Hello and welcome. It's Art of Cycling, and I'm Greg Leach. And you're with me at the Tour de France. And we're getting down to it here. This is stage 19. And it's beginning to look like the racing might be over, at least for the yellow jersey. We're about to go over the highest point of the tour, the top of the tour. And every pundit expected the guys in second and third to attack today, including Pogacar and his team also were riding in such a way as they were clearly expecting the attack to come too. But while this group is going over the top, in fact, he's got two teammates, the American Matteo Jorgensen, and I can't remember who the other Visma rider is that's in this group. But it was certainly a great setup for Vingegaard to jump and then have these two guys to lead him up the last of the climb and then down through the valley and up to the final climb of the day. But he was definitely going to need to make a two-mountain climb if he was going to get away. Oh, it's Wilco Kelderman is the other rider. I have a little notepad with all the riders by their bib numbers, and then I keep a little list of who's in the break by number. So a little cross-referencing, and boom, I know who's in it. In fact, I need to see. Yeah. This must be Archaea. Didn't think it was a Ineos guy. Yeah, it's Archaea because that sleeve is red. Slide my water out of the way for a minute. So it really is quite a barren landscape where they are right now. And most of the time they have a large, I think it uses the word gantry, over the stage, over the top, so you can really see the line they're racing for. I guess because of the high winds at the top of the mountain. The King Cime de la Bonnette. I think the winds were just too high, so they just put up this one little marker. Sandbags on the metal plates. Trying to figure out what this was right here, and then I realized somebody has graciously set up a trash bag. Because that's the thing, there are thousands and thousands of fans lining this whole climb. Although right now, can't see any of them right here at the summit. These two policemen are kind of like, well, we can grab the easy duty because it's all on the way up. A lot of their compatriots watching the somewhat unruly crowds. They've actually been fairly decent. So calling this over the top of the tour for relatively obvious reasons. And an extra challenge today. I have my, well, mainly my wife's dog, but our small schmoosshund, we have learned out, sitting on my lap. Maybe I'll try to move the camera so you can see her sitting here. I'll try to remember to do that at the end of the video. Watched a lot of, my wife watches a lot of YouTube videos in the junk journal collection and various other genre of videos, and there's a real common practice to show some pets. A lot of these tabletop things, of course, you've got cats, which we've always had, but right now we don't. For various reasons, that might be the end of our living with cats life. We had a stray that got spooked about a month or so ago and managed to escape, and we haven't seen her since. She had been wild and came in when we had a spat of coyote attacks. We live in the city, but yet coyotes are not uncommon. Never tried to paint a plastic bag of trash before. This will be entertaining. It's the thing. You know, I've been doing these, I'm sure I've said, since 2012. Partially because I just couldn't sit and watch the Tour de France. Just sit there and watch TV, so now it's become an all-consuming thing. But I also know a lot more. I've watched some races that I didn't paint, and believe me, I have trouble remembering who was even in it, let alone who won the stage or any of that kind of information. But if you paint it and write about it, it sticks with you a little better. And that in there is the answer as to why I don't paint more than just 1 grand tour a year. Maybe that's going to be my retirement reality. I doubt it. First off, retirement. And of course, I'll never retire from making art. Occasionally I will run into friends I haven't seen in a while and they're like, so are you still painting? I try hard not to be snippy in my response. But my general thing is, you might as well ask me if I'm still breathing. You know, there's this, some people fault Americans for only defining themselves by their job, and that's why a lot of people have a lot of trouble when they retire, because they suddenly go, well, who am I? But I certainly define myself as being an artist. I have many other things. But I have made, I never gave these poor guys any flesh tone. To rectify that, I guess. This Visma special jersey has been a challenge to figure out how to paint. They do this to me every year in the tour. And the reason they have to change their jersey, of course, and I may have stated this before, so sorry for the repetition for those of you who watch a lot of these. But their kit is primarily yellow. And since that is the color of the jersey worn by the leader of the tour, in order to prevent confusion, you can't have anybody wearing dominantly the same color. So, last year was sort of a camo-y, orangey. It was tough. This year it's blue, which first off, come on guys, there's enough blue kits. Whoops, speaking of blue, I missed the lone blue polka dot. There we go. And while I have that color on my brush, we'll go over here and hit the 2 gendarmes' bodies. Up here at the top of this climb, the La Bonnette, there are no trees, this precious little grass or anything else, that we are well above tree line. There's, the top of the mountain is 10,000 feet. I don't think we quite go that high. You can hear the lovely combination of the groaning fan and my whatever's on the TV downstairs. So we're just about, so now we have to lay in this area and the sky. This guy seems to have some dark striations down here at the bottom, closer to the mountainside. And I don't know if that's that we're actually seeing the mountains through the, I think that's what it is, the mountains in the distance through the mist. Right, the puppy's moving. Here, you want to say hi, Clio? No? Okay. You just want to make painting more difficult? Yeah. This little snorfelophagus. So yeah, I have a camera shot. Yes, you're very sweet. Try to decide if I like the sky as it is. Let's give it just a little, here, a little more color in that corner. Now we'll come back and do the quote-unquote black. And I say that because I'm not using ivory back. And I know I've said this many times, but I don't know that you've watched the others. So it's a combination of a deep purple and a deep green. Which gives a lot more interesting of a tonal quality. I always find that any produced black seems to almost eat a hole through the painting, in my opinion. See a little problem there is under his arms. I got to come back and fix that. I think what we'll do is do the roadway surface and then get that little spot of grass that's missing. So all these paintings get posted on my cycling blog, theartofcycling.blogpost.com, and then when you're there, you'll find a link through to my website, gregleach.com. That's G-R-E-I-G. Thank you, parents, for giving me a unusual spelling to my name, L-E-A-C-H. And there you can purchase the work. I would say all of these works are for sale. At some point they all were. But fortunately many have sold, 80 to be in fact. So I mean today this is what? Painting 118. And I've sold 80, so you know, you do the math right now. Of course, by the time you see this, it may be less, but 38 are still available. But that's the piece, I think. Yep. I appreciate, oh no, it's not quite. Appreciate you watching. I hope you've made it all the way through. And for those who have, here's Clio. Yeah, so here's who's been sitting on my lap for the whole video. Yeah, have you enjoyed it? Do you like sitting on my lap? You do? Again, thank you all so much. I appreciate it.